Have you ever looked at the Counter-Strike's logo closely? You will see a soldier is holding a gun. Till the release of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, we could see this guy is holding an SMG, but if we see the logo of Global Offensive, we can see the same guy is holding a Scar L, not to get confused with the Scar 20 available in the game. It's strange as the gun itself is not even in the game anymore after it got removed in CSGO's early beta days. And even if it seems strange, this may be a possible hint for anything in the future. In the very beginning, Counter-Strike itself was not a game. Instead, it was a mod created in 1999 for the recently released Half-Life game. It was created by the two developers Min Lee and Jess Cliff. The mod was based on the same idea of Counter-Strike we all know today, that is counter-terrorist versus terrorist, and hence it became really popular amongst the community and people started liking it. Valve, the creator of Half-Life, quickly took an interest and hired the two developers, and then in 2000 created a standalone version of Counter-Strike. Have you ever wondered why Counter-Strike is called Counter-Strike? Yes, because its name is Counter-Strike, but why was it named Counter-Strike? Back in 1999, when the two developers were finding a name, Min Lee, the co-developer, suggested the name Counter-Strike, which was inspired from a TV series he used to watch. He later admitted this fact on his Twitter. In 2005, a game called Counter-Strike Neo was released by Namco, which was made available only in Japan. It did not feature the usual terrorists versus counter-terrorists. Instead, it featured anime-looking characters to appeal Japanese audience. Other less-known sequels of the Counter-Strike series are Counter-Strike Online 1 and 2 and Counter-Strike Naxxon Zombies. Can you imagine a Counter-Strike game with no bomb plant mode? This was actually the case when the game was in its beta release, where it featured only the hostage rescue mode, a mode which is very less popular amongst the community nowadays. Following the arrival of bomb plant mode in year 2001, there was no bomb plant sites. Instead, the bomb could be planted anywhere outside the T-spawn. Did you know all the radio commands such as
Go, go, go! Fire in the hole! Okay, let's go.
Was recorded by the co-creator Jess Cliff? This was until CSGO, as every other character got their own voice actors.
Are we rushing in? Or are we going sneaky beaky like?
That's the way we do it.
Nice!
Throwing smoke! We will make them regret the stay.
But the final messages like
Counter-terrorists win. Terrorists win.
always remain the same. Between hundreds of CSGO updates and patches, there was an update that introduced the revolver that crushed everyone and everything. Yeah, I mean literally crushed.
They increased the fucking spray.
Oh! 3-man collide with the revolver!
It featured exceptionally high damage and hence left everyone in shock. Valve quickly took notice and nerfed the gun. Do you know some of the bots' names are named after real people? For example, in expert difficulty, bot Min and bot Cliff can be found that are named after the co-creators. Bot Dave can be found, who is named after Dave Johnston, the creator of some famous maps like Dust, Dust 2 and Cobble. Bot Gabe can be found as a homage to Gabe Newell, the founder of Valve. Do you know behind the creation of Counter-Strike there is also a hand of Microsoft? You see, when Gabe Newell dropped out of his college, he went on working for Microsoft for the next 13 years after he ended up developing Half-Life franchise. So this could be fair to say behind Counter-Strike is Half-Life, behind Half-Life is Valve, behind Valve is Gabe Newell, and behind Gabe Newell is Microsoft. CSGO is till today one of the biggest esports in the world, having one of the biggest player bases in FPS game. But did you know CSGO initially was never meant to be a standalone game? In fact, it was originally started as being a console port for the Counter-Strike source, but as the development progressed, it was decided to turn the console port into an independent title, being the next entry in the Counter-Strike series.